want to
ask me questions.
give your name and your title.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. We are here, podcast, second season, interviewing Valentina Fox. Valentina.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I ask you your full name and your title?
Okay. My name is Valentina Fox, and my title here has now evolved to resident elder. I was hired 23 years ago as a counselor, and I've been with this organization now for 23 years. Yeah.
Oh, so in the 23 years that you've been working in the education system here, maybe you can share a bit about how it was and now where it's at. 'Cause such a beautiful building, you know.
Yeah, when I started, we were all at the high school, K to 12, quite crowded. And most of the time, the principals were non-native. Group 1. And so the curriculum was more driven by the Alberta curriculum. There was no indigenization of anything. And then about 5, 6, 7 years ago, this school was opened, and it's from K to grade 5. Oh, early childhood, early education to grade 5. And and in the last maybe 5 years, I think this might be older than 6 years. Anyway, in the last 5 years, we've had indigenous principals who kind of started to look at indigenous ways of teaching. And then we have our own nation member, Amy. She is the principal. She has been the principal now for 3 years. And that's when the true indigenization of the curriculum started. And we've always had an Iitka language program. They teach it, and we have our own people teaching the language from K to 12, K to 5. We've always had that, but it was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't as important to previous principals before, but now it is. And with our own nation member being the principal here, a lot of things have happened. We now have the outdoor education program too that has started in the last 2 years, 3 years. And if you see that beautiful building out there, that houses that project just west of here. And there's space there for elders to be, and the students go up there. There's space for elders and to sit and teach kids or tell stories, you know. And so my role in the beginning was as a counselor, because my degree is in counseling. I graduated in 2003 from Brandon University with the First Nations and Aboriginal counseling degree that was unique to BU. And right after that, after graduation, I got this job, and now going on 23 years. And my job has kind of evolved. I like where I'm at now. I still do counseling when needed, but we have specialists coming in too. And but I visit the classrooms. Teachers sign up for me to visit the classrooms to do teachings, to teach the little kids songs and stuff like that, nursery rhymes that I knew as a child. And I have a really loving relationship with the children. They call me Grandma Tina, and or Inkushin Tina. Inkushin is a grandmother in my language. And our language here in our community is Iyiska, or in a white man's term, Nakoda. We used to be the Stonies, so named by non-native people way back because of how we cooked our meals, I guess. Anyway, so there's a lot of teachings we do bring in other knowledge keepers from the community on Mondays and Tuesdays. The youth group that work out of the health center, they bring in the elders and they come and teach the kids traditional games, storytelling. And last year they were teaching them to make drums for themselves, hand drums. So, and then the elders, male or women, they will tell stories to the kids. And I like what's happening now, I guess, is what I'm really happy that the kids are now out there learning from the land, which I did as a kid growing up at home way back. I'm 84 years old. I just turned 84 in February 14th, which is why my name is Valentina.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank
It's such
you.
a beautiful name.
Yeah.
And coming full circle and seeing the kids back on the land and that sort of land-based teachings. What's the importance of that for them to know?
The importance of them is they need to, they show them different plants, different things out there, and they are in the river too, and they learn to respect and recognize that the land, we are part of the land is part of us, and that we have to respect the land and all its creatures. So that's what we learned when I was growing up at home. We were always in the woods back when I was a kid until we went to residential school. But in the summer holidays when we were home again, we were always out there. We've never lost our language in this community. We still speak it. There's about 5,400. The population is about 5,400, and we're located on 3 reservations. One at Bighorn, Kishkoptan is what we call it, Minisni, Morley, Gahna, Eden Valley, all part of the same people. Yeah, and so all of them have their own programs, and all of them now have land-based teachings there too.
Wow, that's fabulous. So would you say that within the time frame, like in the past 23 years you've been here, seeing the land-based teaching, seeing language and culture, has the students and the academic rates, like of them, passing and doing well in their education?
That part I would not know.
Yeah.
The principals would know, the teachers would know, yeah. But that part of it, I don't know. Yeah. You'd have to ask the teachers to see, But I'm hearing great things about this outdoor thing. We also have an equestrian program where our kids are taken out to a ranch, I think on the reserve here, and learn how to work with horses, yeah. And kids love that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a big history between the I want to say Ininiska peoples and the horse culture.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about that? Do you have a little bit of...
Not really. I don't have much information on that one now. But when we were nomadic and traveling, it was the dog that carried the travois, our belongings. And then when the horses were introduced to us, they just became expert horse people, horsemen. And they were the ones that did our, that carried the trailer, I guess, the travois. And it amazes me that, we were traveling. We are part of the Sioux Nation. There are 3 language groups, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota. We're part of the N dialect and Nakota group. There's different tribe groups within those too, And when I look back on things, gosh, we traveled all the way from the U.S. into Ontario and west on foot. I wonder how long it took. Can you imagine? Women carrying babies on their backs and
Wow.
amazing. It just totally amazes me.
That is amazing.
We weren't the only tribes that did that. There were other tribes too. And my son, he was a PhD candidate. He was studying our language and development of our language and stuff in history. And I was kind of learning with him because we didn't learn this in school. None of our history was taught in school, yeah. So now I guess that's what the elders do when they come into the classrooms. They're teaching them the history, especially at the high school, and all our games and stuff that we almost lost and have revived, yeah. What different dances mean, the ceremonial dances, the social dances, different kinds. And they're taught that, usually grade 5 and up. And I do the little nursery rhymes for the grade 2 and under, and I teach them little songs like, we have a nursery rhyme that I'm teaching them. It's pretty hard for them, but the nursery rhyme, Sija, thija, kuda, kina, na, insti, chankishka, pobokta, namina, lumama, ekta, shage, magikte, hadastan, o mangiapten, Pahabaronanken hogenanke, Shintoge jake shongchinjananke, Ahpaktahanche abino, no one is talking no mahangekta. Yeah, that means I teach that for the, and last year, I think it was the grade 1s that really mastered it, because they loved it. And the song is it's a nonsensical nursery rhyme where this squirrel is coming down the tree, and there's a story about a little owl accidentally cutting itself, and then then there's this story about this wolf that attacked the colt. And at the end, what am I going to do is, no one is talking about mahangektar. What am I going to do? That kind of...
I love storytelling, and those types of stories, I just think they transcend a time, where I was told from my mother and, Kokom, that our people had that ability to speak with the 2-legged, the 4-legged, the winged ones. And so when you're teaching, the younger from early, what is it? You said kindergarten, but early education to
Yeah.
grade 5. What are their reactions to?
Some of them, they have a lot of questions. They love learning the songs. And then when we repeat it, they're all joyously repeating after me. And then for the stories and history, the higher grades, they'll ask questions, why did that happen? That kind of thing.
Yes.
It's always why, how come, But it really keeps them engaged. Yeah. And I ask kids, does your grandma tell you these stories? Yeah, my grandma, I heard it before, stuff like that. Because a lot of our stories are similar. Yeah.
So, what's the importance of maintaining that storytelling through the generation so that the next generation?
It's very important. I was talking about even writing our stories in book form so that it can be there if we got to a point where they're totally forgotten. If it's written, it's there to be recovered. We haven't started that project yet, but I've been talking about writing down our stories and our nursery rhymes and stuff. There are some elders that resist writing our stories. Now, our kids are now speaking English. Our stories are going to get lost forever. So we better write them down. Yeah. So it's very important for the kids to learn this now so that I hope they remember it when they start having their own kids. Because we learned this at home. We learned the stories at home. And I don't know how effective it would be, because now I keep telling people the loss of our language is staring me in the face here at the school. We better do something, because all the kids that walk into the school, their first language is English now.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though there's 5,400 people and at least 2,500 still speak the language, it's being lost. Young parents are not speaking our language, and so their children's first language is English. And we're kind of at the edge of losing our language.
And how does that make you feel when you know this and you want to?
It's really scary. And I keep telling people we don't have an old country to go back to learn our language. We have to preserve it here. Yeah. Even amongst the Nakoda speaking tribes, when my son was doing his research, there were differences, there were arguments. Some people, when he was doing his research, some people would kind of argue with him. But there were differences even within. Some of the stories are similar. Like I heard, what is his name? He's a Lakota. I heard him at a conference in Saskatchewan, language conference. What's his name? Dwayne Hollow something. He's a storyteller and he's on Facebook, YouTube. He told a story about this dance that in Tumni, or Wasakitak in your language, tricked these hens to do a dance with their eyes closed. He told a similar story. Here we use the grouse as the bird. And Dwayne from South Dakota, he called them shio, which is prairie chicken, but the same story. Yeah, so it's amazing how these stories exist within tribes, even though we're different groups.
Yeah. So
My grandmother was Cree. She spoke the language. Her ancestors, her father and two of his brothers came down here with the McDougals. They were Cree. And when Treaty 7 was signed and people were registered, they got registered on the Stoney Wesley Band at that time. And so we became Stoney Nation members. Yeah, my grandmother's first language was Cree, but she was bilingual. She spoke our language too,
And where was she from originally?
We have relatives in Hobima.
Oh,
The Cutarms and Mackinaws, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure there's a lot of intertribal, that type of, they're marrying or
Yeah.
during treaty, even adhesions to treaty,
Yeah.
that certain nations became a part of
Yeah.
the nations.
Even way back, we allied with the Cree as we were traveling north. And so there was intermarriages and became a mixture. Yeah.
And there's
And you'll
also,
find in this community a lot of people with Cree background. Yeah.
oh wow. And what about Sutana? Is there quite a bit of,
We have quite a few, there's intermarriages between us too. So we have, like my stepson married a Sutina, late Clifford Bigcrow's daughter, Kim. And so I have half great Sutina grandchildren from my stepchildren. And my grandson married a woman that's half Kainai. So, I was telling people, we had a meeting last week with Wesley Band members. We were talking about who are we, stuff like that. And I said, I think we're a pot full of soup. We have Cree, we have Shatina, we have Blackfoot, we have French, we have Chinese kids, Vietnamese kids, black kids,
yeah.
So we're a soup now. Is how I describe it.
That's what I say when I go into a public hot tub in the hotel.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a lot of First Nations, if there's a conference going on, I say it's Indian soup. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask, in terms of the wisdom and some of your knowledge that you've bestowed on us this past.
Group 4, you can head down to the escape room outside the gym.
What's most important when you are with the children that you're helping to teach and to guide, into their next, going into high school? What's really at the source of what you want to help with, in their life's journey, I guess?
Well, I guess with the children, it's you want to make them feel valued and loved. And I come from a time when teachers strapped you, hit you with anything in their head. That doesn't exist anymore. The kids are safe in the classrooms. And so I think they're learning better because there's no fear of doing wrong and being strapped or being hit with something. Yeah. But feeling valued and hopefully valuing their language. We teach the language here, but they're not using it when they come out. It's what I keep telling people. We have to find a way. But then I realized language starts in the home first. That's where you learn the language, and it's embedded in you for the rest of your life. And that's what I'm promoting in the community. Young people, learn the language, teach your kids. I hope somebody listens to me, you know. And passing on, like our stories, like our songs, and passing on a little bit of history, depending on the age level. Yeah. So, and for them to value loving their people and being kind. You know, I do a lot of our value teachings too. Like the Anishinaabe have that 7 teachings. We have ours too, but all similar. Yeah. So,
And that's beautiful. That's the seven grandfather teachings that I know of as well. And
like up there, it says Odangi je taa you have snije binancha in lagab. So those are, you know, being help people without being asked, you know. Snije binan, be gentle, use gentleness. And when people come to visit you, treat them with respect. Give them your best seat, your best food. And, you know, having the strength to carry on no matter what happens. Our teachings are that you're never caught with an arrow in your back. You face whatever. Yeah. So
this is a perfect way to end this interview, this podcast. That's been just absolutely rich in terms of culture, and your spirit too is very kind. So thank you for sharing with us. We're very honored and blessed.
Okay.
Just being here with you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, where am I going to see this or hear?
So, this is going to be on the internet. It's going to be on G4 Justice, I believe.
Spotify.
And Spotify.
Yeah.
So Spotify. And I can send you a link once we get it up and
Okay,
running.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Your
And
G4
Justice.
Justice.
Yeah, and Teddy Many Wounds is the director, and we've been, working this past maybe, I don't know, 6 months or so. It's gone by really quickly, and we're just, interviewing elders to within G4 to get different perspectives on, say, education, matriarchy, like, women, what it is to be a warrior, all the different sort of things within, and customs and belief systems within our communities. So,
And get it recorded.
and recorded.
Yes. That's awesome.
So it's a part of what you want to do and what we're doing. And we've been having a great time at it. And I've just been so blessed to have a great team.
Nice job, eh?
Yes. Yes.